The first 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. In order for our stitching program to work, we have to align the number belt and the weld. So we're looking at data, image data, pixel value, and then how far to move the image over. What I did was I just glue them at first, and then once I glue them, then I go back up to the tool and I say stitch image. So I also have this heart. If you look up on the right-hand toolbar here, the broken heart, the stitched heart, that's also the same stitching program. You need to have data on both sides. Here I can see the 12 on the left and I can see the 12 on the right. Well, left side, it's almost there. Yeah. Same with the 23. So if I did this wrong, let me just to mess this up a little bit. I say okay. So now it's stitched. So you can see that I told it exactly how far over to go to catch the next number. 12 wasn't quite there. Actually, let me lighten it up a little bit. 12 wasn't quite there on the one. The 23 wasn't quite there. So I actually told the software to move a little bit further to the next number. Gives you a little bit better overlap and a better stitch. We didn't lose any data between these numbers because you can see we have the 12 on the left and the 12 on the right. So there's nothing in between that we're losing. I just told the software, I want you to go a little further. Instead of going over 1 inch, I want you to go over 2 inches. If there's a halo or a number behind it, then you'll know you need to go back. And how I did this, let me just double check to see. So how I did this, I checked the ones I want to glue. And then I used the tools, glue all checked. And that's when I get this, all of them butted up against each other. And then I hold the control button down as I click the stitch. And I tell it how far I want the horizontal shift. Sometimes I use the pre-calculated shift. This is moving 1 inch over, and then pattern recognition. You can say, okay, and we'll see how that looks. And more data that the software can see, the better it is. So you can see even with the pre-calculated shift, there's no double numbers is what I mean. If you knew you didn't go over far enough, then you might see like a second number behind the main number. This is actually a really good stitch. A really good shot because they had really good coverage. When you look at this, they had numbers on both sides of the weld. So as long as you have the 12 on both sides and the 23 on both sides, so the software can at least get a pattern, then it will stitch so much better. How it calculates, first it's distance. So how much do we move over? Then pattern, and then pixel. Here's one. This is going to be a little bit easier for me to show. So this one you can see there's not a lot of numbers on both sides. You see the 2025. There's not the numbers don't show up on both sides of the weld. So if I do this one, actually we kind of got lucky because they're so spread out. Normally you wouldn't be able to see it, but there's no other number. So since there's no 5 on the other side, it's just moving over however far it needs to. So I can't tell you right now if the distance between each one of these. So look at this. We'll just go. That's 1.9, 1.96, 1.96, 1.96, 1.96. It just moved everything. That's what I'm trying to explain is that the algorithm for our stitching just moves everything over, and if there's pattern, which is the weld would be a pattern, the number belt would be a pattern. If it has a pattern, it will align with that pattern and then stitch the image together. You'll find that when there's more curvature, 8 inch, 6 inch, 4 inch, it's really hard because the curvature of the pipe, with the bendable panel, we eliminate a lot of that. But if you were to use, let's say, a flat panel, glass panel, or a flat panel that has that doesn't bend, when you calibrate, that says 2.6 and it actually should be 2-inch. And I say, okay, now this is calibrated. Now it would be, I think I got a little low on that one, but you can see this is 1.9990, right? That's going to be your accuracy. And then just to get rid of these, I just double click the line and they go away.